Did you know that the way you sleep tonight could silently raise your risk of memory loss, heart strain, and even dangerous nighttime breathing problems without you ever realizing it? Most seniors never suspect that something as simple as sleeping posture could hold this much power over their long-term health. However, new research from sleep specialists and geriatric physicians across the United States reveals a shocking truth. After the age of 60, choosing the wrong sleeping position can quietly chip away at your spine, your circulation, your digestion, and even your brain function every single night. I'm Dr. John, and what I'm about to share with you may challenge everything you thought you understood about aging. For years, you might have woken up feeling stiff and blamed it on just getting older. You might feel chronically tired despite getting a full night's rest and assume it's a natural part of life. Perhaps you've noticed more acid reflux, louder snoring, or a nagging numbness in your hands and thought these were inevitable symptoms of the passing years. In many cases, these aren't just biological clocks ticking. It is your sleeping posture working against you while you are at your most vulnerable. The part few people talk about is how this damage happens slowly and invisibly. Because we spend a third of our lives asleep, a minor misalignment of the neck or a slight compression of the chest can have a massive cumulative effect over a decade.
When your posture is compromised, your body spends the night fighting for oxygen or struggling to pump blood, rather than performing the deep, cellular healing it was designed for. The good news is that the right positions don't just prevent damage, they can actually protect your joints, assist your heart, and improve your cognitive clarity. Tonight, we begin the journey of reclaiming your rest, moving away from habits that wear you down and towards postures that help you wake up stronger and more independent than ever before.
For many of my patients, stomach sleeping began as a harmless habit in their youth, a comfortable, familiar way to drift off. But after age 60, this position quietly transforms into one of the most damaging ways to rest. Doctors specializing in spinal health warn that sleeping on your stomach forces the lower back into an unnatural arch for hours on end. When the spine is pressed down this way, the small joints between your vertebrae become irritated, and the soft tissue supporting your lumbar region are stretched beyond their natural limit. This is exactly why so many seniors wake up feeling as if their back has locked up overnight. Even more concerning is the strain placed on the neck. To breathe while face down, your head must turn sharply to one side. Sustaining this position for 7 or 8 hours puts a twisting force on the cervical spine, a structure that the natural aging process has already made more fragile. Neurologists warn that this constant torque can compress the nerves running down your shoulders and arms, leading to tingling fingers, morning headaches, or that unsettling pins and needles sensation. Furthermore, because your chest is pressed into the mattress, the movement of your diaphragm is restricted. For seniors already managing nighttime breathing challenges or snoring, this added pressure can cause oxygen levels to drop, leaving you feeling dizzy or anxious upon waking for no clear reason. Consider Margaret, a 72-year-old from Ohio.
She had slept on her stomach her entire life, but recently began suffering from chronic neck stiffness and numb fingers. She assumed it was just the inevitable march of time, until we examined her nightly posture. Once she realized her habit was working against her, she was able to make the change. Similarly, curling into a tight fetal position may feel like a protective shell, but it creates a breathing cage that prevents the lungs from expanding fully. These positions might feel peaceful, but for a body over 60, they are anything but gentle.
At first glance, lying flat on your back seems like a natural, almost effortless position, something many seniors assume must be the gold standard for spinal health. However, doctors who specialize in musculoskeletal aging warn that for adults over 60, sleeping flat without any support under the knees can create a silent but powerful strain on the lower back. When your legs remain fully extended throughout the night, your pelvis tilts forward, pulling the lumbar spine into a position that exaggerates its natural curve. Instead of resting, the muscles along your lower back remain tense for hours, and the ligaments that should be recovering end up overstretched. This is a primary reason why so many older adults wake up with that deep, aching stiffness that makes it hard to stand upright first thing in the morning. Lying completely flat also introduces respiratory challenges. Without support, the weight of the abdomen shifts backward, pressing gently against the diaphragm. Sleep specialists note that this reduces airflow, making snoring louder and increasing the likelihood of brief breathing interruptions. For seniors with even mild sleep apnea, this subtle pressure can lead to frequent oxygen drops, which have been linked to morning headaches and poor focus. Consider Robert, a 74-year-old Navy veteran from Virginia. He always slept flat on his back, believing it was the healthiest choice, yet he struggled with intense morning back pain and shortness of breath.
It wasn't until we added support to neutralize his spine that he finally found relief. Furthermore, we must address the same side habit. Many seniors choose one favorite side and stick to it for years. While side sleeping has benefits, relying on just one side night after night creates uneven pressure. After age 60, the weight of the torso resting on a single shoulder and hip can inflame the joints and irritate the nerves. This is often the real culprit behind tingling fingers or a heavy, swollen feeling in the hand. Your body requires balance. Without it, even a comfortable habit can lead to long-term joint degeneration and a loss of mobility.
For seniors over 60, transitioning into a restorative sleeping position is one of the most effective ways to accelerate the body's nightly healing process. Among the most powerful adjustments recommended by geriatric sleep specialists is lying on your left side with a firm, supportive pillow placed between your knees. This position is often referred to as a natural alignment reset because it addresses multiple bodily systems simultaneously. By resting on your left side, you allow gravity to assist your digestive system, keeping stomach acid down and providing significant relief for those who suffer from nighttime reflux, a common issue as the esophageal valves weaken with age. Beyond digestion, cardiologists highlight the left side advantage for heart health. This posture reduces pressure on major blood vessels, allowing the heart to pump more efficiently and improving the return of blood from the lower extremities. This is especially vital for seniors dealing with varicose veins or ankle swelling. However, the true secret weapon is the pillow between the knees. This simple cushion keeps your hips level and prevents your top leg from sliding forward, which otherwise would pull your pelvis and twist your lower spine. By neutralizing the hips, you relieve the tension that builds around the lumbar region, often resulting in a morning where you can stand up straight without the usual warm-up period of stretching and groaning. Alternatively, if you prefer sleeping on your back, the key to safety is elevating your knees. By placing a pillow beneath your legs, you allow your pelvis to tilt into a neutral position, flattening the lower back against the mattress. This takes the tug of war out of your spinal muscles, allowing them to fully relax for the first time in hours. Take the example of Frank, a 67-year-old from Colorado. Within 2 weeks of adding a knee pillow, his chronic morning backache vanished and his legs felt lighter. These shifts prove that you don't need a new mattress to fix your sleep. You simply need to understand how to support the frame you've lived in for 6 decades.
As we reach the final stage of our journey toward better sleep, we must address the most critical factor for your vitality, the way you breathe while you dream. For seniors over 60, few adjustments offer as much immediate relief as sleeping on your back with the upper body gently elevated at a 10 to 20 degree angle. By using a wedge pillow or a supportive stack of firm pillows to lift the chest and head, you are working directly with the laws of physics to protect your body. This slight incline uses gravity to keep the airway open, preventing the soft tissues in the throat from collapsing, a common cause of the snoring and mild sleep apnea that leaves so many older Americans feeling exhausted by noon. The benefits of this elevated blueprint extend far beyond just quieter breathing. When your chest is raised, your heart pumps with significantly less effort and your lungs can expand more fully. For many of my patients, this elevation is the key to preventing nocturnal hypoxia, a drop in oxygen levels that has been linked to morning confusion and long-term memory challenges. Furthermore, gastroenterologists confirm that this posture is a natural defense against acid reflux. By keeping the esophagus above the stomach, you prevent acid from traveling upward, ending the frightening sensation of waking up choking or coughing in the middle of the night. Consider Martha, a 76-year-old from Florida, who spent years struggling with morning headaches and a persistent dry cough.
Once she began elevating her upper body, her nights became peaceful, and her mind felt sharper than it had in a decade. As we wrap up, remember that choosing the right sleeping position is an act of self-respect. It is about guarding your heart, your spine, and your independence. Your body has carried you through a lifetime of work and memories. It deserves a rest that restores, rather than wears you down. I'm Dr. John, and I invite you to share in the comments which position you plan to try tonight. Let's keep moving toward a stronger tomorrow, living life entirely on your own terms.